Welcome to Rewatch and welcome to the Ewoks, where the spirits from the forest grow. I love that theme song. Now, this one is very dear to me, which is why it's one of the last big TV shows I saved for last because I watched this as a kid growing up. I did not know this, but Paul Dini of Batman the Animated Series fame wrote the first, I think, 4 episodes of this. Now, he wrote a lot of cartoons back in the day. He wrote some for one for droids even. But Paul Dini, early Paul Dini, wrote some of these and already kind of set up this world of Ewoks. This is basically, episode 1 is called The Cries of the Trees, is what it's called. And basically, it introduces Tebow, who can calm down animals, even though we only see that in the first episode. And we don't see that as far as I've seen right now. I haven't seen it since. You have Kanisha. She is the chieftain's daughter. You have Latara, which is her friend who has a crush on Tebow. And then you have Wicked. Now, this also gives Wicked's family, Weechie, Willie, Wyatt, I believe is the youngest one's name. Either way, though, there's tons of Warwick's family around, and his dad and his mom are shown. And everyone has brothers and sisters. It's kind of an established world within the Ewok universe. I'll explain where they got that in a minute. But they introduced Wisties. Well, not introduced them. They've been, at this point, the TV movies have come out. So they knew about Wisties. They put Wisties in there. They introduced Morag, who is a witch on the planet of Endor. And she puts a spell on the Wisties and makes them fire starters. They start starting fires throughout Endor. And that's where the problem is. Now, it also introduces the Dulocs, who are new at this point. They're going to be a recurring villain in the Ewoks cartoon. And they also show Pablo. He is, of course, later on in the movie Return of the Jedi. This takes place before Return of the Jedi. And he looks way older than the other Ewoks. But he acts like a little kid, at least in this first episode. Now, as the Wisties are creating fires, Logray creates some kind of magic foam. It's just a foam that takes out the fire, but it also reverts the Wisties back to their true selves. So they're going to use that foam to change the Wisties back and defeat Morag. And Morag swears vengeance on the Ewoks later on. I'm going to be honest. I am going to be super biased when I'm reviewing this series because, again, as a child, tons of good memories, tons of good. When I heard the theme song, I was like, oh. I used to live for this show every time it came on, every week it came on. It's so wonderful. And the first episode, I like a lot of the connections that we see from the movies, being the Wisties there and the family of Wicked. And a few others are already previously established. Logray, there'll be more as the series goes on, but I'm going to stop right there and say, I love the Ewoks. But let me know, episode 1, The Cries of the Trees. What do you think about the episode? And I'll see you next time on Rewatch.